Hey guys, NCSBand001 here, welcoming you to another one of those trophy achievement list analysis videos. Now, unfortunately, this one, I don't have like the actual values of the trophies or achievements because I couldn't find them anywhere. But I do have the trophy achievement list for the game. But anyway, today's game is the upcoming 11th entry in the Call of Duty franchise, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I'll admit, Advanced Warfare does actually look really cool, and I am actually kind of looking forward to it, but then again, that's what we all said about Ghosts and Black Ops 2. But anyway, it does look like an epic game, and I'm going to admit, if my predictions are correct, then Sledgehammer may just take the role of the easiest trophy list group of the three Call of Duty developers, because we all know that Treyarch's always going to have the toughest, but I think this list looks easier than Infinity Ward. But anyway, as for the game, it's going to be taking place in, a futuristic setting. A lot of story details really have not been released, and it actually looks like a really sort of interesting storyline and just game in general. But you guys are not here to hear about the game, you are here to learn about the trophy achievement list. So, let's get to it. Now, I will give predicted values for some of these trophy achievements, like for what kind of trophy they'll be, but I don't know how much of that's going to be right. Okay, first trophy, Karma, spelled with a C. Kill an enemy by throwing a car door at them. That is freaking funny. I can't wait to do that, and that's probably a bronze. That sounds really easy. A New Era, complete the campaign on any difficulty. That should be a silver for completing the game. Hard Hitter, complete the campaign on Hardened, and Excellence in Everything, complete the campaign on Veteran difficulty. Now, I think we can all agree that, maybe with the exception of Black Ops 2, that the Modern Warfare series and Ghosts are significantly easier than the Treyarch games. So, I'm wondering how bad Sledgehammer made the difficulty for the campaign, because if it's like Ghosts, then it's not going to be bad at all, or it could be as bad as World at War, which was brutal, so we will see about that. But what really is interesting about that is that this is the first time in a really long time that they've done like separate trophies for beating the game on Hardened or Veteran. And, I mean, this time around there's no, like, specific trophies for beating specific missions on Veteran, which is actually pretty interesting. So, kind of really breaking away from the traditional trophy lists in terms of Veteran and Hardened and such difficulties. But I would assume that both of those are probably golds. Okay, let's move on. Never Saw It Coming. Boost jump, dash forward, then air stomp on an enemy. That actually sounds really fun as well, but that's probably bronze. That doesn't sound difficult. Escape Artist, avoid 20 grenades by dodging with your EXO. That doesn't sound too difficult. I mean, I would assume that dodging just means, basically dodging left or right or forward or backwards. Probably not jumping, but sounds pretty simple. Loud enough for you. Kill 10 enemies or drones while affected by a sonic blast. So I'm assuming the sonic blast is going to be sort of a newer version of like a stun grenade or something. That seems pretty simple, though. Maximum Overdrive. Kill 50 enemies while using Overdrive. I believe Overdrive is like something that you can do with your EXO that makes it stronger for a short period of time, but I'm not totally sure. That could be a silver if it's not, but it doesn't sound too difficult. Genius. Kill 4 enemies with a single smart grenade. I'm pretty sure that's the grenade that like points out where enemies are. That doesn't really sound too difficult at all. Probably just like a specific place or two that you can do it. Threat detected. Paint 10 enemies with a single threat grenade. That sounds really easy. Bet that's bronze. Fly Swatter. Knock 25 drones out of the sky with EMP grenades. That one maybe could be silver because... Well, no, that's actually probably not true because you've seen in all the trailers that have, like, dozens or hundreds of those drones flying around at once. So that's probably actually not too difficult because it doesn't say do it all at once. Where are you going? Stop an AST with an EMP grenade. That's probably just like deal the final blow with an EMP grenade. That doesn't sound too difficult. History in the Making and Ferrum Absconsum. Those are for collecting half and collecting all of the intel. One of those, like, I would think that the one for collecting all the intel may be silver and the other one will be bronze, but that's just your typical collectible trophy, but we just don't know how many are going to be in each level, but not difficult. Riot Control, kill 20 enemies while linked to the mobile cover drone. Isn't that like something that we've seen in the multiplayer, I believe? Either way, that's probably not too difficult because that basically sounds like a riot shield, so doesn't sound too bad. Advanced Soldier, spend your first EXO upgrade point. Now that's actually kind of cool because that means we're going to be able to upgrade our EXO and potentially even our weapons and stuff along the way. So that sounds really, really cool that we're going to get to do that. And these next two trophies are We Have the Technology, spend 20 EXO upgrade points, and Power Changes Everything, completely upgrade your EXO. Now, the question is, how do we get the upgrade points? And I would assume it's by not from necessarily completing missions, but from completing challenge-type things like we saw in Black Ops 2. Maybe. I think that would actually be really cool, though, that allows you to get EXO points. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed one. Second Skin, spend 10 EXO points. So those are all, except for the last one, probably going to be bronze. The last one might be a silver, but that's probably not super-duper difficult. It's probably just, like, play through the game a couple times, complete a bunch of challenges of some type, and you'll get all the points you need. So, doesn't sound too bad. And now we're getting on to the actual, more specific trophy-related story-related trophies, excuse me. Okay, first one, Soulmates, spelled as Seoul, as in the capital city of South Korea. Complete induction. That's the mission that we've seen. That's basically the first mission of the game where Younger Irons gets killed and the guy that you play as gets his arm cut off. So that's obviously going to be simple. Prevent the not on my watch. Prevent the walking tank from being destroyed by the drone swarm in induction. That's just probably a simple protect something style thing in a mission. Now this is actually interesting. Deadeye and Grenadier score excellent in the shooting range in Atlas and score excellent in the grenade range in Atlas. So is that going to be like the tutorial mission, or is that just going to be like somewhere else that you can just go? Because that would actually be really cool if that's almost like more of an open world type thing. Well, not open world, but just like select your missions a little bit out of order in this game, though I highly doubt that's what it's going to be like. But that seems pretty self-explanatory. Probably bronzes. And then, welcome to Atlas, complete Atlas, because Atlas is the PMC that your character goes to, so my assumption is it's probably a training-style mission, like what we saw in MW2 and Call of Duty 4 and some of the early CODs. Okay, next mission, look both ways, kill all the KVA in the traffic section without shooting a civilian vehicle in traffic. Life in the fast lane, complete traffic. That actually sounds a little more challenging because it's not without shooting a civilian, it's without shooting a civilian vehicle, and I'm not sure if they're going to be marked or not, but I'm sure there's a way to do it. I mean, obviously there's a way to do it. I'm sure there's a pretty easy way to do it, so it's probably not too bad. Fire and forget. Kill 10 enemies with the mobile turret missiles in fission. That sounds like fun, but it doesn't sound too difficult. Radioactive. Complete fission. That sounds pretty simple as well. That's just a mission. Okay, Motor City, complete Aftermath. Another self-explanatory complete a mission. Wheelman, finish the hoverbike sequence without hitting any walls or obstacles or taking damage in Aftermath. Now that one actually sounds a bit trickier. That's probably going to be a silver just because it depends on how long the section actually is and how easy the thing is to control. Hopefully it's easier to control than some vehicles in the Call of Duty series. Next one, Sitting Ducks. Kill 3 enemies with 1 shot of the sniper drone in Manhunt. I think there have been trophies like that, like even in COD World at War, so that's probably not going to be too difficult, especially with a sniper-style weapon. Born to Die. Complete Manhunt. That sounds, once again, pretty simple. Now this one's actually interesting. Betrayal. Complete Utopia. There is not a specific trophy for Utopia, otherwise, like a mission-specific trophy. So, and also the title of it, Betrayal, so I'm assuming that's going to be like the big turning point in this campaign, like there have been like there was in MW2 with the mission where where Shepard turns on you, whatever mission that was near the end of the game in the cabin where he kills a couple people. But anyway, that sounds pretty interesting. Okay, next up, Party Crasher. Kill 20 enemies with the grappling hook in Sentinel, and crates on a plane complete Sentinel. So my assumption is that that's going to be on a plane of some type. And killing 20 enemies with a grappling hook. Grappling hook's probably just a melee weapon, so probably not too difficult. The Destroyer Returns. Complete Crash. Another mission that doesn't actually have any mission-specific trophies. Restricted Airspace. EMP 10 enemy aircraft out of the sky with the hover tank in Biolab. So I guess the hover tank is going to have a EMP-style weapon on it. That sounds pretty cool, though. Irons in the Fire, complete Biolab. None of those trophies, though, really sound like they'd be higher than a bronze, probably, so probably nothing too special with those. GG, complete Collapse. Another mission without a specific mission trophy. Man Overboard, exclamation mark. Melee an enemy so they fly off the side of the ship in Armada. I know that's going to be probably really easy, but that's actually really sounds like fun. Wrath of Atlas, complete Armada. So that means we're getting very near the end of the game. Flying Ace, shoot down 10 enemies with machine guns in Throttle. And Manticore Unleashed, complete Throttle. Now, the shoot down 10 enemies with machine guns in the mission probably isn't going to be too difficult, but I'm wondering if that means we get to, like, use a fighter jet or something, because that's kind of what it sounds like, and if so, that would be pretty epic, or even a helicopter or something. That would still be really fun, because that's one thing I love about Call of Duty games is when they do some vehicle missions along the way, because those are usually a lot of fun. And our final mission trophies are Heavy-Handed, go through 20 gun drops in one-armed combat in Captured, and The Wheat from the Shaft, complete Captured. So I'm assuming that Captured is the final mission of the game, but given the name, that makes it sound like it could be setting up already for a sequel, which we saw at the end of Ghosts anyway, like for a sequel to COD Ghosts, which will be a few years from now, I would assume, but that's actually really interesting. 20 gun drops in one-armed combat, that's like a really weird trophy idea. Now, none of those are probably going to be more than a bronze, except maybe the complete Captured, because it's the final mission of the game, so maybe that would be silver-related. But really, overall, the campaign trophies do not sound very difficult, which is actually really cool. And, I mean, an easy Call of Duty game is always a good game because it's an easy platinum, and, I mean, COD Ghosts was really easy for platinum, except for a couple trophies of Extinction, which are really difficult. And then you had, you know, MW2 and MW3 were easy except for Spec Ops, and the Treyarch games are another league entirely. But we still have 5 more trophies, and they're all related to EXO Survival Mode. So, our 5 for EXO Survival Mode. EXO Survival Veteran. Play 50 EXO Survival matches. That's just probably time-consuming. EXO Survivor. Successfully complete EXO Survival Bonus Wave, and it's only attainable on the map Riot. Now, the description I'm reading says that it means that players have finished all of an EXO Survival, so maybe it, like, has on Riot and must have, like, a specific ending or something at the very end. So that seems pretty cool, seems pretty, simple. Those are probably... That one will probably be a silver, but the other one probably will be just a bronze. Class Warfare, play 30 minutes with each class. That's certainly going to be easy or a bronze. Now, these two are really interesting. EXO Flip and FlipFlop. These are the last 2 trophies, and they are Flip a Map and Flip a Map Twice. I have no idea what they mean by that, if that means like they're going to spin the map around or flip it upside down and like screw with your controls and stuff, or if it's like an Easter egg style thing. So those trophies could probably be anywhere from a bronze to a gold, depending on if they are like an Easter egg type thing that's difficult to achieve. But whether or not they are, it still does not look like that difficult of a trophy list, even with the EXO, those couple of EXO trophies. So in the end, this list actually looks pretty simple, and this is actually kind of cool because it's kind of a throwback to the first trophy achievement list analysis I ever did, which was COD Ghosts. But overall, I would give this trophy list, given the nature of Infinity Ward games, and Sledgehammer is probably going to follow more of an Infinity Ward pattern than a Treyarch pattern, I would give this game's trophy difficulty a 4 out of 10 upon first glance. And that is because the miscellaneous trophies really don't look too bad, but it looks like they're going to be a lot of fun at least. The EXO Survival does not look too bad either, which is very good. And really, the only thing that could be a platinum breaker that I can think of is if they do make the campaign brutal on Veteran, but I doubt that it will be. So, hope you guys enjoyed this trophy achievement list analysis, and look forward to more in the future. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, of course, drops on November 4th. Unless you have the Day 0 edition, then you get November 3rd. But yeah, that's only a couple weeks away, and it drops right then. I will be picking it up on release day. So, hope you guys once again enjoyed the video, and see you next time.